Salut Martin. Est-ce que tu apportes des changements aujourd'hui?
Coley rentre. Gally sort. Dobson il joue.
Dans le cas de Brandon, moi je me souviens pas qu'il a été retranché de l'alignement en mauvaise santé, oui, mais ça doit faire partie des décisions difficiles que tu as prises.
Oui, c'est pas des décisions faciles, ça c'est sûr, tu sais. Mais on a une bonne communication. Je pense que la cédule, avec les back-to-back, je pense que ça nous aide. Gally va jouer demain. Il va être frais demain. On a une profondeur présentement en avant qui nous permet de faire ça.
J'ose te demander comment il a pris ça.
Comme un pro.
C'est un peu en lien avec ça. Nous, on le voit aussi, puis on le voit le premier qui embarque sur la glace en entraînement. À quel point tu sens que tu as dit comme un pro, tu l'as dit souvent hier aussi que c'est un professionnel. Tu le sais que ce gars-là va prendre ça de la bonne façon puis va tourner ça positivement en sa faveur.
Je suis sûr. Je m'attends à ça. Je pense qu'il apprend mieux que moi. C'est pas facile un gars qu'est-ce qu'il représente pour le Canadien toutes ces années-là. Mais c'est où ce qu'on est avec la cédule, avec notre profondeur. Puis on va procéder, on va continuer à analyser. Mais Gally, c'est un pro.
Juste une question là-dessus, mais est-ce que pour toi, tu parles souvent de décisions difficiles? As-tu besoin un peu de sonder un peu le groupe? Puis ce genre de décision-là, c'est quand même délicat, de voir un peu comment les gars vont réagir par rapport à ça.
Qu'est-ce que tu veux dire?
Parler à ton capitaine, évidemment, puis préparer un peu le terrain à une décision.
Mais je pense qu'on a un groupe qui a une intelligence émotionnelle. Puis je pense que ça fait partie de notre culture, notre environnement.
Eric?
Knowing how Brendan plays, what's the message to everybody else that's in this lineup in terms of what they need to bring to the game? Because there's important elements in the way Brendan plays that as you go further along in the season, you need that from more than just one guy.
Correct. The way he competes, his compete level is very high, and I don't think I think every player should own that piece, especially when Gally's out.
I know it's characterized as a difficult decision. You said that in French, communication is good with him. He's going to play tomorrow. There's managing his energy and also the depth that you have. How would you describe the emotions you're feeling about making a decision like that when you have to make cold, calculated decisions?
Yeah, it's hard. There's nothing that prepares you for these kind of discussion. But as a leader, you have to take them and make them.
Are you putting Cole back for making soft tonight?
You like that?
I'm asking you.
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I just... The different options that Taxi provides you in terms of your versatility, you could throw on anyone, and it seems like you could throw anyone. Just, how much creativity do you think you might use in these games coming up for looking for maybe different combinations or what have you?
Yeah. Gally's playing tomorrow. I don't know who's out tomorrow night. So I'm going to get steered probably based on tonight. Somebody's going to have to come out. Is that going to change a line or two? Maybe.
Is Tex going to play Gally's spot tonight?
Tonight, yeah.
Yeah.
Kenzie?
Well, Martin, can this kind of be used as an example of the growth of this team with these lineup adjustments you're having to make? Like, they're hard decisions to make, but it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, I feel like, having that problem is probably a sign of, what we've been able to do with this rebuild. So, to me, it's positive.
C'est tout. Merci tout le monde pour
Okay.
ouvrir le vestiaire.
Merci.
Open the locker room.
Nick, do you think that Brandon took one for the team today?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what.
Is it the right thing to see that?
Is
that
it
the right thing to see that in the situation with Brandon?
Yeah, I don't know what Marty said to you guys, but I mean, we obviously know what Gally can, what he brings to the group, what he's brought to for a long time, and just we got a lot of numbers and bodies, so I think whatever Marty decides goes, and we've kind of all bought into that.
Marty often said that Gally brings the others to the battle. Obviously, collectively, what elements do you need to make sure you offer as a team tonight?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely brings the energy and the intensity, and I think that's something that more guys can bring, and it's obviously a big piece in the room out of the lineup tonight, but we'll be back in soon.
I know seeing a guy like Gally being scratched is a show that your team is evolving and growing in the right direction, and the rebuild is basically behind you. But is it a part of awkwardness to see Monty get out of the lineup, Gally being out of the lineup, to really get those extra wins this year?
Yeah, I mean, two guys that have had a spot in the lineup every single night. Since Monty got here, and Gally's been here the longest, so it's a competitive league, and there's we got a lot of great players in this organization, and you just try to do your best and do everything that you can to stay in the lineup and compete to get back in the lineup. So I think it can have a positive impact if everyone is bought in.
What are your takeaways from the last game against San Jose and about the prospect of
What does it mean to you, the fact that he's always been a guy who brings everyone to the battle? You need to make sure that you bring that collectively tonight also?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Gally's been in this room for a long time, and I think everybody in this room is taking a lot of knowledge from his game, and just sees how much work he puts in every day. So obviously, I think we can all bring a little bit of his game to ours tonight. And, it's a long season. I think we want to be out there every night, competing to win, and whether that's guys getting rest, getting their legs back, and just being out 100%. I think that's another key factor. But we just want to go out there and compete, no matter who's in the lineup, and find ways to win.
Marty said yesterday that he's been an important part of the whole rebuild phase. What are some of the elements we don't see that he brought to all this core group as a team?
Yeah, I think every day in the room, away from the rink, at the rink, in the gym, I think it's the way he handles himself is being a pro, and his competitive side. I think you guys all see it, but I think away from the ice, it's maybe 5 times more. But you just see the kind of the guys rally behind him, and he's always fun to be around. I think his competitive nature kind of builds from within, and we all kind of found that within ourselves because of that guy.
How important he was for you, especially when you came here?
Yeah, he's huge. I mean, obviously he's a guy that I always looked up to growing up, and to get a chance to learn from him, side by side, and see how he kind of manufactured his game himself. It's special to see what he's done, kind of breaking into the league as not one of the biggest guys, and just finding a way, and that says a lot about his character and how he was brought up and his leadership in the room. I think everybody has nothing but good things to say about him, and he's a true competitor.
Thanks.
What's your takeaway from the last game against San Jose and the fact that he did?
Part of this team, it's your first season. What have you seen from Gally that you feel now what he represents for this team?
Yeah, obviously, I think a huge part of this team. One of the leaders, been here for a while. Kind of what you kind of play against and what you expected him to be is kind of exactly just ultra competitive, brings it every night, extremely high compete level, and great player and great leader in the room. So it's been awesome to play with him this year and get to know him as a person too.
What does it say to the team when somebody like Galley is left out of the lineup to the guys that are in the lineup? Imagine there's a message like, what kind of effort is expected?
Yeah, well, I think it's just it's where the organization's at right now. We have a lot of depth, which is, at the end of the day, it's a good thing, but it sucks. Everyone wants to play. So yeah, I mean, guys know that you got to bring it every night because there's lots of guys available each night that are sitting out that are hungry and wanting to get in the lineup. So it's a healthy problem to have, but it's obviously sucks for the guys that don't play. And but it can only internal competition can only be a good thing to keep the group competitive and push each other on a nightly basis.
Excellent.
What does it say to you when you see 90 years of game?
Make everyone better, so that's about it.
You have a chance to talk to him. I know you talked to him a lot. Or do you leave him alone on a day like today? Or what?
I think a guy like that, he's so competitive that you just got to leave him alone, give him the space, and we know how good of a teammate he is, and he'll be here with some smiles tonight and rooting for us. But yeah, he's just such a competitive guy. You just got to give him his space at this point.
He's playing tomorrow. What do you expect to see from him?
He is playing tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then you're going to see a lot from him because, again, he's the most competitive guy I know. And, when challenges hit him, he doesn't just, give in. He goes right for it. And so you're going to see, I bet, his best.
Marty often said that he brings everyone to the battle. It's not only getting out there and hitting people, it's more than that. What is it that he brings?
I mean, off the ice, he's getting everyone going, he's getting the energy up, and then on the ice, it's not hitting guys, it's just the way he plays. He's doing whatever he can to help the team. He doesn't care if he's scoring, he just wants the team to win, and that's what makes him a great leader, person, and teammate.
You guys know what it takes to win at this time of year, especially hopefully where you're going, playoffs. With him out, is there an onus on the entire group to bring the elements that he brings?
Yeah. Again, he brings so much to this team on and off the ice, and it's up to all of us to pick up what he's not going to be able to bring for us. And it's not going to be one guy. It's going to be everyone that has to bring that energy, that grit that he has, and that competitive spirit that he has. And yeah, it's hard to replicate, but a lot of guys are, I think, when you see a guy like that not playing, it's tough, and we have to take that as a message that we need to bring all of what he does and as a group try and bring that together.
Thank you, Jake. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sorry.